This is an Apple laptop, and in this video I'll walk you through step by step how you can have it set up and ready to use. To start, open up your Mac and wait till this menu is shown before clicking the restart button. After you click the restart button, wait until the Apple logo is shown. There will be many parts that are sped up in this video, so the amount of time it takes for certain things to finish, like downloads or other things, may not be the same amount of time that it takes for things. Anyway, once the restart is finished, you'll be greeted with a screen that says the iconic Apple Hello, which will be displayed in different languages. When you see this, click Continue close to the bottom of the screen. Now select your language, then select your country or region. When you've selected your country or region, after that you will see a screen that says you can transfer your data to this Mac. But since this is a video on how to set up a new Mac, I'll select to set up as a new Mac. And if you haven't had a Mac before, I suggest that you set up as a new PC rather than transferring from Windows if you've had that before. After selecting to set up as a new Mac, I'll run through all the accessibility features quite quickly as I've done all of these before, but feel free to slow down or pause the video while I go through all of these features. I will not explain every single one of them, as you can easily see what they mean through the text prompt that is attached to each one. However, while we go through these features, I will point out that I'll be using dark mode for the rest of this video. Once finished the accessibility features, click next and then select your Wi-Fi network before putting in the password and clicking continue. After you click continue, create your Mac account you will use on your computer like a profile. Please note that this is not your Apple ID and that will come in a later step. Once it finishes, sign into your Apple account or Apple ID with your email and password. Read through the terms and conditions if you like, then check the box and click agree. Make sure to use iCloud Keychain as it will make the setup much easier. Click continue and then choose whether or not to enable Apple Intelligence or skip it for later. I choose to enable it now, as then it will not send me any notifications wanting me to do it later. Then set up Touch ID, which is the Macbook's power button, and follow the steps on how to set it up so it recognizes your finger correctly. After completing the setup of Touch ID, click Continue and you will be shown a screen that says Welcome on it. Now click Get Started. This is macOS, the operating system you'll be using for the next while if you enjoy it, but we are not ready to start downloading as all the apps we could possibly need just yet. We still have to fix this dock, which I personally think is quite ugly with all the apps that Apple installs on your laptop, as well as a couple things like some settings and widgets. This is Spotlight Search. It accesses everything on your laptop, and it's accessed using the command key and the space key. You can search for anything and even open apps from it. Kind of like Windows Start, but on steroids. Unfortunately, I never actually figured out in this very video how to clear the widgets off the desktop, but I've since figured it out. And all you have to do is simply right click or click with two fingers and select to remove the widget. Anyway, back to the video. Here we click to not show the items on the desktop so that our desktop is not cluttered. You'll see me here change the size of the dock slightly, and you'll see why this is helpful later. I also like to set up some hot corner shortcuts in order to just move my mouse cursor from one corner of the screen in order to be able to do different things. I like to have my top right corner open apps and my bottom left show the desktop, which has all of my items on it. it removes them from the dock. And you can add them again later by dragging them anywhere in the dock though they are open, and by right clicking the icons in the options, then keep in dock. Anyway, let's here open the desktop and dock settings. Then we can turn off Show Suggested and Recent Apps in Dock. Moving on, if you would like to hide the dock, you can use Option Command D to do so. Next, let's close Settings and then reopen it using Spotlight Search and searching Trackpad. I make a couple mistakes here, but I'm sure you will not make the same mistakes that I did. Once in Trackpad settings, find where it says Secondary Click, and then click the drop down and select Click in the bottom right corner. Also, here we can turn on Tap to Click, so you'll not actually have to click the trackpad rather than just putting your finger gently onto the surface of it. Now, after all of these settings, we can finally start downloading some apps, like I do here with Adobe Creative Cloud, Arc, Affinity, and Notion. It is extremely easy to download apps on Mac. You just open the DMG file and drag it into the Applications folder. Then a sound will play and the app will be downloaded and ready to use. Another thing that is very important to note is that using Command and W keys will kind of hide the app, while using Command and Q keys will fully close the app. Taking a look at the storage here, we can see that only around 50 gigabytes of storage is taken up on my Mac, while my last Mac system was taking over 150 gigabytes just through system data of storage on my computer. You'll see here, looking at the new wallpaper for this finished computer, I've decided to use a nice dark mountains wallpaper to fix the setup. And once that is all finished, your brand new Mac is fully set up and ready for 2026. Thanks for watching.